What's going on, everybody? Ratchet Wrench is back for another video. Today we have some GTI content. I know a lot of you guys have been requesting it. So we're going to do a simple mod, a mod that I should have done, 5 years ago when I first bought this car. It is a rear wiper delete. I got this $22 piece from ECS Tuning. It's a nice aluminum finish, and it's going to blend in with this rear hatch perfectly. I know a lot of people don't do this because they actually use the rear wiper. Personally, I use it, but I prefer the cleaner look. So we're going to do that today. Super easy tutorial. I'll link it down below for you, so if you want to get it yourself. There's other colors and different styles, but this one I chose, so I'll link it down below. But if you guys are new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. As you can see, we do have a Mustang, the New Edge Mustang full bolt-on kit. We actually are ordering some cams. We got some new gears, so definitely stay tuned for that. And then of course over there we have our turbo Miata, our 91 Miata. That's been a project. It's our project car, and it's a never-ending project. It's a freaking money pit, but as you can see, we got parts, tools, everything all scattered around. We'll get that up and running in the near future. We just installed the Mega Square ECU, so now we can tune it. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you have your notification bell. If you guys are returning, we appreciate it. Give it a thumbs up. It helps us out tremendously. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first step is just to pop this little cover off, get it out of the way as best as you can, and there's a nut under here if you want to come this side. It's a 13mm. Just gonna pretty much put that on there. Probably use a wrench. I just like using a wrench, it's expedites the process, but just get that off, and you're gonna keep that to the side. This is the tricky part. It depends on where you live and what kind of conditions you face, but sometimes these wiper blades or wiper arms seize up and are harder to get off, so you might need a puller. I'm going to try and do it with my hands, but I do have a puller. So let's see. You kind of just got to wiggle it back and forth. It is really on there. Sometimes if you just manipulate it, push up to pull out. But you want to be careful. You are fooling with plastic and glass breaks, especially where it's under tension. But it looks like we're probably going to need the puller. So let me get the puller. They do make a specific wiper arm pulley, but I'm just going to use this regular one that I had laying in the garage. Pretty much you're just going to put the pressure on the little stud, and then put the clamp, like the clamping part, on the back of that thing. So when you tighten this in, it's going to push in and pull out. So let me just get, I got this on rough, just kind of laying there. I'm going to have to get the socket in a second to tighten it down and twist it out. Let's see if I can do it by hand. I might be able to. Yeah, just slipping off it. So as you can see, we got it off. It was a little difficult. We actually really did use these pliers. Pulling up on them really brought this thing out because it's connected. As you can see, it's kind of rusty and corroded. That's where they sit together, and it just creates like a nice seal, so you got to break that seal. But now we're going to open up the trunk. I'm going to set this aside. Fortunately, daylight is not on our side. Probably should unlock my car. Okay. So now what we're going to be doing is pretty much removing this so we can access the mechanism back here. There should be a T25, but on this one it looks like someone was in there. They are Phillips heads. So up here there's two Phillips heads, one, and then you just prop this seal all the way around, and we'll get that down and we'll get to the next step. You really should be using the plastic trim tool. I don't have it on me, so I'm just going to use a flathead. If you don't have the trim tools, it is fine to use a flathead. Just be mindful. You could possibly put a little indent in the plastic or scuff up the paint. I'm not too worried about this car anymore, so it is what it is. But you got to break the seals. Come on, where you at? So as you can see, we got this off. You can see there's plastic little gray clips that are supposed to be here, 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 here. They are left in the car, so you're gonna have to take pliers, just clamp them together and pull them out, and then you're just gonna pretty much, I'll take one out here so you can see how it's got those little feet there. You slide them in under that like that, and those are little retaining clips. which keep it in place. So we're gonna have to take those out. But this is what we're gonna be removing right here. There's a couple nuts there. And then we got the washer lines. And of course we'll have to disconnect the fuse up front. We'll get to that now. We'll get these little things out. We'll put them back in the spot and we'll start moving this. We got all those clips back in their spot. Now we're just going to disconnect this electrical connector. Oh, this light went out, but we'll set that aside. Now I got these 3 10mm that go to the motor, which hold that in. Then we're going to take out this little washer clip. There might be some washer fluid still in there, so just keep that in mind. Let it drip, it's whatever. But we're going to take this off. Set that side. Oh, that didn't come off. There's some water in that one. Alright. Now this is going to pull right through. That's the motor right there. If you do plan on ever going back to putting the wiper on because you missed the functionality of it, just keep this aside unless it's a bad motor. But right here now we have a hole. Oh, watch your head. Now we have a hole all the way through, which means we're going to delete this little seal here and put the plug. So we're probably just going to either zip tie. I'm actually going to electrical tape them together, but first I'm just going to electrical tape this hose, just kind of plug it off so in case there, this electrical tape is all worn out. In case there is water in that line, like I said earlier, I don't want it to go into that little plastic piece or eventually rot out this metal in here. So I'm just gonna plug her up. Damn, those frogs are annoying. Tape her up, just so it's not dangling. Get it nice out of the way. I might even tape it up to like here or here, but for now, we'll keep it there. Now, there is a seal up here, which we're gonna want to get out. Push it up, and somehow end it up under my car. I can't even see it, bro. You got light?
You sure one over there?
I saw it, bro. I swear. I saw. Dude, it's on my right front tire.
What?
Did he get all the way over here?
Back to the video.
Yeah. So this is that rubber grommet that I popped out, went under my car, and ended up on my passenger side tire. We're gonna get the new delete kit. So we got all these little things. So this right here is gonna come from the inside, like so. See how perfect that fits? I'm gonna clean up the a little bit of residue from the previous sit, so I'm gonna get a microfiber cloth and just clean that up, just so we have a flush seal. Look at that, I got one right here. So clean that up. We'll take this little piece, sit it right there. I gotta be careful because it's gonna wanna pop out. Okay, we can hold it from the back side. We got a grommet, a washer. And while we put this on, I kind of want to pull down, push down on it, just so gets that nice flush finish. Let me get the washer. This is hard to do. I need like 50 hands here. There we go. Okay. Whew. So now we're just gonna line it up properly. We'll tighten that down. I think that's a 15mm. Let me double check. It is indeed a 15. So we're going to tighten that home. We're not going to over tighten it. It is glass, but we are going to try and make sure she don't go nowhere. That right there should be it. Let's see what she looks like. That is pretty damn flush. It's hard to see with the fingerprints and everything because it is dark and we got light directly on them. But that is a cleaner look. So pretty much that is how you do it. I am gonna tuck those away. I'm probably gonna remove the fuse, but it's not really needed for the rear wiper because you do have the motor, disconnect it. But I'll do it just for peace of mind. We're just gonna reinstall this, and that's pretty much this whole tutorial. Super easy, cheap, and makes it so much cleaner. We'll put it in the garage after so you get a really good view of how it looks. But I'm gonna put this back on, and we'll get to the outro and the cinematics. Now that we brought in the light, sorry we ran out of daylight. We're trying to expedite the process so we have enough daylight, but unfortunately we didn't. But as you can see, that is clean. That is so flush. I am going to remove this sticker, but that is super clean. I'm super satisfied with it for $20. I'm stoked. Obviously my fingerprints are there and this car needs a wash, so I'm going to clean it up when I get home. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you found it very easy to follow. You only need a couple tools, like I said, the puller, 13 or 15 mil, and some 10 mils, a Phillips screwdriver, and even a T25 depending on if someone's been in your trunk before. But yeah, super easy to do. If you guys are new to the channel, like I said in the intro, make sure to check out all our other videos. We have a 500 horsepower F-150, we got the Mustang, the Turbo Miata that's going to be done soon, and got a bunch of other stuff. So stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.